So today on my show, I've got a very special guest. I've got Justin, and he's going to be telling us about the digital Nomad Visa and how he got it so quickly here in Spain. Hi Justin, and welcome to The Right Way.
Morning, David. Thanks for having me on The Right Way.
So Justin, whereabouts are you from in the UK?
Originally Berkshire, moved around quite a bit, but I haven't lived in England for many years. Lived in Canada and Australia.
So Justin, tell us why you've decided on Spain, what part of Spain, and why exactly did you choose that part of Spain?
Almeria, and Almeria for me, the province is where friends and family are, so the transition was just so much easier.
Yeah, nice one, and good area to pick as well, mate. So, Justin, we were talking earlier, you've gone for the digital nomad visa. Can you tell us a little bit about that and what are the requirements for that visa?
Yeah, the digital nomad visa, when I read the requirements, it just seemed to be perfectly in line for what I do for a living. So I work digitally online. I help my clients, and I have clients all around the world. And I'm a mechanical engineer who does consulting online. I only teach online, so I do teaching. And when I look through the criteria, it just seemed to be too perfect. So it was only released, I think, in January of 2023. So yeah, the application for myself, a lot of prep work, but the application itself was 10 or 11 days. It was outstanding, but I think that's down to having a company that knows what they're doing, David.
Yeah, so I talk to people a lot about this, and I always say you can do it yourself online, and you can do it. Most of the paperwork is possible to do for yourself, but when it's something so important as your residency and paperwork like this, then it really is important to get professionals to help you and do it the right way, so you don't have any mistakes along the line. And people do get mistakes further down the line, so always best to pay for the professionals to help you with this one, don't you think?
Yeah, I used Just Law. I actually managed to get a discount through your website, so they worked out to be incredibly reasonable. And the other thing about them is that they actually had a prerequisition interview to ensure that I actually qualified before I parted with any money, which I thought was incredibly fair. So I was fully aware of what the entire requirements were from start to finish, specifically for me.
Yeah.
And this is one of the key points here, David. Don't listen to friends and family because they've done it. That's because of their specific situation. My specific situation was slightly different to theirs. So my requirements would be slightly different. What paperwork is needed would be slightly different. So, appoint a lawyer early. It's not going to cost you any more. It's a fixed price. So get them to give you the right direction before you start Googling and getting paperwork that you don't even need.
Yeah, one of the things that I do with my membership sites is I've got a form where people fill in so I can vet them a little bit to see their requirements and what they're after, because you can probably understand I get quite a lot of phone calls and messages every day from people. A lot of them are from Africa or India, and they really haven't got the money, they really haven't got any idea how to start, and I pass them over to my free information page, but I try to vet these people before I pass them over to the experts, so I'm not wasting their time or the people that are looking for the information's time either. And that way, the experts can get straight on to helping people that are serious and are ready to move on to the next step. And part of this, as a thank you to me for doing this, these experts offer some free consultations to my members and some pretty good discounts as well.
Yeah, it's the name, the saying, isn't it? It's not what you know, it's who you know. Fortunately, I was listening to the radio and heard your website, had a quick look, and it just made sense to me. I was sick of reading stuff, that this person's posted, and there's no validity to it because that's for their specific situation. So since I've posted that I've had a successful application, I've had quite a few people message me through different forums saying, how much was it and how long did it take? How long's a piece of string? Their situation may be completely different to mine. I did
Sure.
homework beforehand. I had all my paperwork ready. and then it was just a case of getting it translated, of course, and that takes a little bit of time. Again, something that others may not know what the requirements are. But allow 2, 3, 4 weeks for that.
Yeah.
It all takes time, and you have to be patient.
Yeah, that's right. That's so true. And we'll be back with Jason right after this. So this afternoon on my show, I've got Justin, and he's talking to us about his process he's been through for the digital nomad visa. So Justin, can you just recap on the requirements that you've had to show for the digital nomad visa?
Yeah, you need to show the day that you enter Spain. So you obviously need a valid passport, and that has to have a certain validity on it. The other things are proof of employment. I actually prepared a little bit of a list here. Now, again, this is specifically my requirements, but I've kept them very broad. So you do have to show proof of employment and proof of income, and that has to be proof of invoices, either to yourself or to the client that you're working for. If you're self-employed, proof of company, and all of this has to be apostilled. Now, people aren't too familiar with the term apostle, so you have to have it stamped to ensure its authenticity, and that has to go to a lawyer's office in the country or source of where that's come from. So, for example, if you get your police report, which is another, you have to have a clear police report. I don't think there's any waiver on that. It has to be clear. I have read where people have had situations where they've had an incident 5, 7 years ago. It still causes issues. So that's a good flag to wave. Say you get your police report from England and it's clear, you then have to have that apostilled. So those kind of things, they have to be all be checked. So the experience. So your experience, you have to give a copy of your resume, and you have to show at least a year, 3 years, 1 to 3 years of experience in your field. How are you qualified? You have to also show your letters of qualification, so your engineering or whatever your qualification is in.
And Justin, the company you use, they help you with this. They guide you along the way, what paperwork you do need. And I believe you've done it pretty quickly as well with them, Justin. Is that right?
It was just under 12. Fastest I've seen somebody else do it is 9. That is the fastest.
Yeah.
But of course, I was over the moon. I called you.
Yeah, it was great news. And the preparation is everything, though. You did quite a lot of this yourself beforehand, is that right?
The preparation is everything. Now, my only caveat to that is don't go preparing everything thinking, right, I've got it all and that's fine, and now I'm going to appoint a lawyer. Do it the other way round. Appoint the lawyer, ask them and tell them your specific situation, and then say, what are my requirements? Because some of the things on the list that I've just given, and the last one is bank statements. Of course, they're going to want to show proof of income, and they have to be originals. So, you're going to have to make sure that you're giving those.
Yeah.
You can give them digitally, but yeah, you just got to make sure that it's correct for you. We can all be Google warriors, and go searching around. Just appoint the lawyer early, and then they can actually help steer you through the entire process. Don't get everything ready, what you think is right, and then have them correct it. It's a waste of your time. You're paying them to help you, so let them help you.
Exactly. Okay, thanks, Justin. And we'll be back with Justin after this. Okay, so we're in the studio this afternoon with Justin and talking about the digital nomad visa. So, Justin, you've told us about the visa and how it's gone for you. But, Justin, we talked about paying for this and doing things yourself here, but sometimes it is worth paying that little bit extra and get it done correctly. Don't you agree on that one?
I think, if it's worth paying for a service if it's quicker. We're all about getting things done. as you get more confident, as you learn the lingo, as you find out who the best people are to work with, and you build your kind of your team up. For example, I've got to go through my TIE yet. I've just got to go and collect that, and then register as autonomo, etc., etc. So all of this, I'm using the same people for this time around. As I get to know more and I get more comfortable and I learn the process and I learn the applications for each year, I'll then do what you did, as you get more comfortable. But as first time here, you want things done quickly and you want things done right, then go to the reputable companies. I can't stress that enough.
Yeah, I actually paid somebody to come with me to do my TIE card here, even though my Spanish is pretty good, because I was doing a video on it to see how it works for British people and the system and that. And I actually found it, a little bit stressful, especially if you couldn't speak Spanish. And it's not quite as straightforward, even for somebody like myself who's been here for a few years. So, it might be best on the important things like this to get someone to come along with you, take some of the stress away from it.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking, I'm not very familiar with the TIE process. I'm picking that up, etc. And I'm thinking, oh, maybe I should take a friend with me who's fluent in Spanish, because I want to get it right. But I understand the process is very simple. However, Just Law aren't based in Almeria; they're actually based in Malaga, and that's another myth, by the way. You don't have to use somebody locally. You just need to use somebody that you know that they know what they're doing. So it doesn't matter where they are. A lot of people have been asking me, what local firm did you use? I didn't use a local firm. I didn't need to use a local firm. I used a firm that knew what they were doing.
Okay, so Justin, tell us a little bit about how your new life in Spain is going to be. What's it going to be like here for you personally?
It will be consistent of lots of walks and renovations and still work. I'm not one of the lucky ones that's retired. It is kind of funny hanging around with a lot of people that are a little bit older than me, and they're all retired, and they're like, "Oh, what you doing tomorrow?" Working. What? And they kind of look at you strangely. But about the renovation, I'm going to be purchasing a house, so that's basically a ruin. So there's going to be a lot of work in that. So I might be on the phone to you a bit, David.
Whenever you like, mate. I love talking about building works here in Spain. So, Justin, going through what you've been through with the digital Nomad Visa, what bit of advice would you give to other people thinking of going for the same visa?
Make sure that you get a decent budget and time expectation. Just manage your expectations. So I tell everybody the expectations 3 to 4 months, and the majority of that is you getting your paperwork. So a great example of that is booking an appointment to get your fingerprints done for your police report in the UK. That could take up to a week. So that's 1 week gone. Then getting that, you leave with that, and you leave with the original, and the budget for that, I'd say 100, 120 pounds. It's not cheap. And then allow maybe a week or 2 weeks for that to be apostilled. So, you're looking at now 3 weeks, a month. So it's a month gone. So manage your expectations. The fees, all the little bits and bobs add up. The other thing is appoint a lawyer early. It doesn't cost you any more to appoint the lawyer early. It will be a fixed rate with the lawyers. So appoint them early and let them guide you. Don't go ahead and just do everything immediately, because your paperwork may well be out of date by the time you actually get to file it. So be very careful.
Yeah, okay. So thanks very much, Justin, for joining us on The Right Way today.
No, you're most welcome, David. Thanks for all your help. I would like to say, if you do join the website, this is going to be a terrible plug, David. I'm sorry, but
no, I don't mind. I think my experts are pretty good. So you go ahead and plug it, mate.
If you join the website, you get that money back in your discount by using the lawyers immediately. You actually get double of it back. And I haven't stopped telling everybody about this. So it's a no-brainer. I haven't even explored all of the other things that you offer with all the other experts yet, but I'm going to be taking full advantage of the Spanish and all the other tax information. So
Yeah, there's quite a lot of benefits on them now. And the Spanish lesson for sure. You need to get on that where you need to start speaking Spanish to each other very soon.
Yeah, my Spanish is okay-ish. It's getting there, but it's so much easier. You know, I know people that have been living here for 20 years and they still haven't learned Spanish yet. That's crazy. Your life is much, much easier here and much more broad if you learn the language.
It sure is. And I wish you all the best, Justin. We'll meet up very soon and good luck with your new life here in Spain. And thanks for being on The Right Way today.
Thanks, David.
And if you want to get all the information on any of the visas and get help from our experts, you can go over to my page. That's The Right Way with me, David Wright, and click on the information page.